How to tell if the AI bubble has burst? The consensus is that when the market dropped 30%, it is then considered that the market has entered into a bear zone. And that leads me to this question. Who is the leading AI stock that can be found in each country, that is in US, Taiwan, and Korea? Because they are the powerhouse of AI and chips. And in Korea, we saw that SK Hynix is down 52%, Taiwan TSMC down 22%, and US Nvidia down 19%. It seems only Korea has entered into the bear zone, and that's not that bad. But if we take a closer look at the rest of the AI stocks in US, it seems to me that half of them already enter into the bear zone. This analysis is based on technical studies and does not constitute financial advice. Please consult your licensed broker before investing. Since May and June this year, after these stocks peak, Intel dropped 42%, ARM's holding dropped 50%, and Qualcomm dropped 43%, and we also saw that Micron dropped 41%. And in early June, we saw that something is cooking up there. We saw that S&P, there's this bearish engulfing body, so is the NASDAQ as well. We saw that there's a potential, there's some technical reversal. And let's look at the outcome here today, that we saw that NASDAQ is reacting pretty well. So these are technical, but back then I also supported this finding with the fundamental as well. And let's take a look at what was and still is the investors' concern technically. And we saw that many of us are concerned about the heavy capex risk, valuation risk, over optimistic growth expectation, weak monetization, or the weak return on investment proposition, and of course the energy shock. And all these are valid concern, and even today. But personally, my greatest concern is the rising borrowing costs. And where I suspect, and let's take a look at the next slides here. This was a publication by Bloomberg on the 10th of July. So then I suspect that most of these AI companies are using borrowed money instead of cash reserve on their high capex. And it is especially bad if interest rates start to rise. And let's take a look at the other slides right now. So the next question is if AI bubble is going to pop, or how does it look like when the AI bubble pops? So last week tutorial, we spoke about on this title that how the 2026 AI bubble mirrors that of the year 2000 dot-com bubble. So please visit them when you have the time. So this is my past observation about the most bubbles before and after it pops. So as it pops, we're going to discover that here. And what if it pops? What will happen after that? Now let's do a recap on the dot-com bubble. And we saw that this is what I'm trying to demonstrate here in last tutorial. But let me just zoom in what happened to the year 2000. So before leading to this bubble burst in year 2000, so fundamentally investors were already having a list of concerns like today. Then technically it started to have this correction very similar to today's as well. So back then we saw that it peaked, then it dropped. How much did it drop? It dropped 39%. From this peak to the trough, it was down 39%. Then it rebounded. It seems like today it has rebounded. So then it rebounded, and I remember very clearly back then, many investors at the point in time, of course it took a few months to rebound. This is a monthly chart that we're seeing here. Then at the point in time when it rebounded, many investors were once again hopeful. Now to me, this is a crucial point here, is that to me this 39% drop could be a pop. Yeah, it is also indicating that bubble has just burst. And we were not seeing its full effect yet, or we may not be seeing its full effect yet Of course, the meltdown continues. After that, it rebounded, it continues, and it was down the lowest point from the peak to the trough. It was down 81%. So again, how will it look like when the bubble pops? Now, when both fundamentals and technical aligns, we should be aware that bubbles may have burst. Therefore, any retracement, it may be an opportunity for us to make the exits later on. And I did my exits back then as a retrace literally. So I cash out and I keep it very light throughout this downtrend. Nasdaq has yet dropped more than 30%, but many well-known AI stocks did. Do you think that will be a contagion effect? Do you think that the ecosystem of AI and chips companies are isolated, or are they connected? If you find what I just shared is useful, please like it and save the link for future reference. And do also share this to your friends. My name is Con Hao. I enjoy studying how different markets currently behave to uncover emerging trends, the potential trending markets of tomorrow. Feel free to leave any comments below. I love to exchange ideas with you on what is about to come. Really happy that you stay through this tutorial. You have many great trading weeks ahead.